Hello everyone. I am so happy that I get the chance to actually have some time, well, which is I think I can only have 30 minutes right now. Um, I would like to answer your questions right now. Okay, ano nga ba to? Kumusta po? I also wanted to let everyone knows na medyo may mga nangyayari right now about immigration visas. May mga naa-aproban ng visa and kahit na passport request na siya or sinasabing mayroon na silang visa pero bumabalik yung kanilang processing, nagba-bounce back sa processing period or pending while processing. Kahit na may passport request na or kahit na may visa stamp na sa kanilang passport, the immigration can actually change their decision. So, be very careful. I think I would like to encourage everyone, once you get that visa, arrange to come in Canada. Claim that visa right away. That's just my first information sa inyo. And also mayroon na pong bagong English exam right now na tinatanggap na ng immigration. So I'm just gonna try to let everyone knows about it. Okay, so sinasabi dito, IRCC announces changes to Canadian English language testing requirements for applicants. Okay, so to be honest with you, I know it is difficult for IELTS. Sometimes it's difficult also for CELPIP. Pero may bago po siyang English exam right now. Okay, so what are the new English language proficiency tests accepted by IRCC? Mayroon na siyang KL, PTE Academic and TOEFL, at saka IBT score requirements for SDS applicants. So, lahat yun po 6. Okay. But I think mayroon pang isa na ina-accept. Okay, so IRCC approves 4 new English tests for student direct stream. Okay, so I just want to repeat, for student direct stream, and we're gonna be CELPIP General, KL, PTE Academic, and TOEFL IBT test. All test results must demonstrate abilities in speaking, listening, reading, and writing. CELPIP General test must show a score that is equivalent Canadian language benchmark of at least 7 in each of the 4 languages speaking abilities. That is 6 lang. The problem now is they're changing and they keep on raising the English exam. I don't understand why. To be honest, dapat ang Pilipinas, hindi na tayo kailangan pag-taken ng English. We are okay. We can understand English. The only thing is that, of course, English is very expensive. English exam. Second thing is that, syempre, pag nasa examination center ka na, maybe pagod ka or stress out ka, then syempre na mental block ka. But, and also, again, CELPIP is 7. KL and Pearson PTE academic test result must show a minimum score of 60. Educational Testing Services, ETS, or TOEFL IBT test need a minimum score of 80. Student must take this test in person. Online remotely protected test, proctored tests will not be accepted for applicants in the student stream or student direct stream. Prior to this change, IELTS General and IELTS Academic were the only tests approved by our IRCC for SDS applicant or student direct stream. But what can I say with the new rule right now? I'm discouraging everyone to yung magla-launch pa lang sa kanila ng student permit. Pag hindi kayo magiging masteral or wala ko yung madaming funding, please hold off na muna kayo coming here in Canada as a student. It is difficult po. It's very challenging kung magkano man yung pera nyo, mapa 20,000, 30,000, mauubos po lahat yan because of the new immigration rule right now. So, unfortunately, may katotohanan po lahat yan. Now, let me answer yung iba po ninyong question dito sa aking messaging center. Ang dami. Parang but I only have 30 minutes. Okay. My question, new rules of spouse, does it affect on current study permit holders? Hindi ko maintindihan yung question. Mr. Chari, new rules of spouse, does it affect on current study permit holders? Yes, it is going to be affected kasi wala nang open permit sa ibang spouse. So make sure that you check the website. Maaapektuhan po kayo dyan. So, okay, let me mayroong isang question dito. Mayroong isang estudyante, international student. Hold on. Mayroon pong isang international student coming here in Canada. In-sponsoran siya ng kamag-anak niya. Tapos yung kamag-anak po niya, I don't know, for whatever reason, kasi siya ang nag-notarize, sinabi niya na, I am actually sponsoring my relative to come here in Canada para mag-aral. Akong magpapaaral sa kanya, akong magbabayad ng tuition fee. However, unfortunately, yung kamag-anak na nag-sponsor, winidraw po niya yung kanyang support dun sa kanyang kamag-anak na estudyante. Now, this student, of course, umaasa siya sa kanyang kamag-anak na susuportahan siya sa kanyang pag-aaral. Regardless of what you do, kahit magtrabaho ka ng 3 jobs or kasi limited ka rin din naman dun sa yung working hours as an international student, kahit pa na, kasi inaasahan lang niya yung kamag-anak niya. So, ibig sabihin, na-withdraw yung kanyang opportunity to actually study kasi nag-withdraw or umalis yung kanyang kamag-anak. So, what I can suggest everyone, kapag kaganyan or maybe sa Pilipinas may nangyari sa supporter mo, hindi na niya kayang paaralin ka dahil sa support niya, nawalan siya ng work, nagkaroon ng death, nagkaroon ng maybe sakuna or anything. You know what? There's an opportunity, everyone, to get an open permit. They call it destitute. Okay? Destitute open permit para sa mga estudyante. Ibig sabihin, hindi na nila kaya ang mag-aral kahit pa anong gagawin nila financially. So, you will gonna be able to apply for open permit. So, yun po yung tinatawag na destitute student. Wala na siyang kakayahan sa mga basic necessities niya to study here in Canada. Kaya pwede siyang mag-apply ng open permit. Nasa yan? Humanitarian reasons, nasa International Mobility Program. Okay, under Section 208, I just want to read the rule of the Immigration and Refugee Protection Regulation, IRPR. Don't you know that when I was actually taking, I'm just giving you a side note, when I was taking this licensing program or this immigration program, I should say, wala pa yon, immigration program, and then after that, after I finish it, yung licensing program, yung IRPR or Immigration and Refugee Protection Regulations, we have to understand that the book is like this, like thick and back to back. Yung printout and yung font niya is 0.6, I think. And so, well, that's how it goes. It's the immigration law, and it says here under Section 208 of IRPR, work permits may be issued to foreign nationals who cannot support themselves without working and who are, number 1, study permit holders who have become temporarily destitute through circumstances beyond their control and beyond the control of any person on whom that person is dependent for financial support to complete their term of study, or temporary resident permit holders where the TRP was issued under subsection 24.1 of the Immigration and Refugee Act, IRPA. Yung isa kanina, under IRPR, Immigration and Refugee Protection Regulation, This time, kapag a temporary resident permit holder ka, where the TRPs in subsection 24.1 of the Immigration and Refugee Protection Act, that's IRPA or IRPA, and is valid for at least 6 months. So, if you wanna hear about more of this, try to check my later on my tawag dito yung aking web below any kind of comment. I will definitely put it on. Take a look at it para mabasa nyo po, but I will make sure that I will make a note of that so that I could be able to share. If you come here as international student or temporary resident permit na mayroon kayong valid 6 months na temporary resident permit, pwede po kayo doon. Makakakuha po kayo ng open permit. Okay, so I hope that person na nag-a-ask sa aking messaging center kanina, naririnig niya po itong aking live na pwede po siyang mag-apply ng open permit. However, lahat po ng ating process, not me, I'm not saying me, lahat ng immigration program na process, hindi po kasiguraduhan. Walang kasiguraduhan. But this is the best option for everyone who are holding, I think, mayroon akong case right now. Isang estudyante siya dito, and then when umuwi siya for a vacation para kunin niya yung mga anak niya, nagkaroon ng sakuna sa kanilang pamilya na I think na-aksidente yung buong family while coming to the airport. Now, I think this is possible sa kanya. Kasi nga, when she come here, naka-wheelchair nga siya eh. Kasi mayroon naman siyang OHIP, thank God. Nagkaroon siya ng open permit and everything. Now, I think pagka-estudyante pa rin siya, I think I believe na pwede siya sa destitute open permit. However, let me see that kung paano ko po siya matutulungan. So that is what we call humanitarian reasons under R208, H81, and H82 sa International Mobility Program. I'm gonna share this website later. I mean the link. It is legitimate link because it is from Canada.ca website. Okay. Let me talk more further about destitute students. Kasi po, I'm trying to emphasize this kasi ang dami pong nawalan ng trabaho dito sa Canada and they are all international student. Ang dami po. Imagine, mga estudyante ang unang pumunta dito. So, super dami. And then, inopen up nila yung tourist visa sa lahat ng mga foreign national or even sa Pilipinas especially. Ang dami, grabe. But I can't complain. Most of my relatives, I was able to bring each of the representative of my distant relative. Nakuha ko po sila dito as a tourist visa holder. So, how can I complain? Anyway, diyan po nagkaroon ng imbalance yung sa estudyante at saka tourist. So, I think the immigration is really broken. Na-realize nila na mali yung mga pinaggagawa nila. So, that's why ang natamaan are students. But that should not be. Dapat hindi nila i-close para sa mga estudyante. Whatever they were doing, it was so beautiful. Ang daming mga estudyante na naka-PR, although ang dami ring mga nahihirapan. But again, the beauty of it is that destitute student under R208A, this section applies to foreign students who, due to circumstances beyond their control, may find themselves unable to meet the cost of their studies in Canada, be it their day-to-day needs or their tuition fee. While academic institutions to grant some leeway on obligations such as tuition fee or residence fees, working may be the only solution for students to subsist in their circumstances. Section R208 provides the opportunity for students to cover such difficult financial periods should on-campus employment provided for under the paragraph R186F or off-campus employment provided under paragraph R186V or co-op employment if eligible proved to be insufficient. It should be noted that as per section R220, study permit holders are expected to have sufficient and available resources without working in Canada in order to pay their tuition fee and maintain themselves and any family members. As such, the open work permit should only be provided in exceptional circumstances. So, naintindihan nyo naman siguro yun. Very self-explanatory po. Evidence, ito na ngayon, evidence of circumstances outside of their control or the control of their financial sponsor. Here we go. In addition to providing evidence that they are temporarily destitute, the study permit holders should also provide evidence that the loss of financial support was outside of their control or the control of their financial sponsor. Each case should be considered on its own merit. Some cases will be self-evident, that's true, such as cases of war, upheaval, or the collapse of the banking system in their home country. While others will require further explanation by the applicant, usually at an interview with an immigration officer. Officer discretion can be used to determine the length of the open permit to be issued based on the circumstances of each individual case. However, it should be noted that the duration of the work permit cannot exceed the end of the current semester or term of study. Students must continue to meet the conditions of their study permit while holding and working with the open permit, namely to remain enrolled in a designated learning institution and actively pursue their studies. So I will repeat, student must continue to meet the conditions of their study permit while holding and working with the open permit, namely to remain enrolled in a designated learning institution and actively pursue their studies. So, yun po. Ito naman yung sinasabi ko kanina yung pangalawa na paano kayo makapagkuha ng open permit. Temporary resident permit holders. Nasa R208B. This section applies to foreign nationals who have been issued a temporary resident permit to overcome an inadmissibility or a requirement of the IRPA. To be issued an open work permit, the foreign national must have one TRP valid for 6 months or more and should have no other means of support, meaning no family support or other means of meeting their needs. The individual TRP has to be valid for 6 months. There can't be more than one TRP adding up to over 6 months. So yun po, if you are holding a TRP visa. Okay, so that is for the international student. Sa mga hindi na kayang mag-aral dito sa Canada, pwede po kayo mag-apply ng destitute condition, which is yun nga, I discussed previously. So try to share this message and who knows, may mga nahihirapan ng i-shoulder yung kanilang tuition fee and pangbuhay sa kanila dito sa Canada. And there's no, wala namang masama when you try to apply for destitute open work permit. Sa mga international student po ito. Okay, so next, let me read ang mga messages. Hi ma'am, I just wanna ask if pwede bang dalhin ang partner kung postgrad program po yung kukunin ko. Di kasi naka-specify sa IRCC. Yung sinabi na di na pwede ay yung college and undergraduate program lang. Tapos di rin naka-specify sa pwedeng madala kasi master's, doctor's, and profession program lang. Ang ibig sabihin nito is that kung postgraduate, are you taking a masteral? Ano bang kinukuha mo? Masteral ba? So, kung postgraduate, ibig sabihin you're taking a masteral. So, ibig sabihin, yung spouse mo or partner mo, pwede mong maisama as open permit. Okay? And then, pag nakatapos ka na, then you can get an open permit as well as PGWP for 3 years. Okay? Okay. Hello po ma'am, tourist visa holder po, baka makahelp po ako for work permit. Thanks ng marami. Lahat po ng mga tourist visa holders dito, pwede po kayong mag-apply ng work permit inside Canada until 2025 without you getting out. The good thing is that when you are tourist visa holder and you are a Philippine passport holder as well, forever na yung inyong visa. So you can be in and out dito sa Canada. However, when you are inside Canada, you're only allowed to stay not more than 6 months. Kaya kung alam nyo stay kayo sa loob ng Canada for another like more than 6 months, then you better apply 5 months after 5 months of staying here na dire-diretso, then apply for tourist visa extension. I'm really hoping na whoever have invited you or nag-support sa inyo to come here, I'm hoping na nandyan pa rin siya to sign a letter of support, which is stating na siyang magpapatira sa inyo, siyang magpapakain sa inyo, etc. etc. But yes, it's possible. Pwede po kayong maghanap ng employer in order for you to change from tourist visa to work permit. Ma'am, pwede po ba ilagay sa pag-apply ng LMIA ng employer ko na 30 hours per week ako mag-work sa kanyang HCCC or HCCP pilot program po ako? Yes, you can. 30 hours a week is considered full-time. Basta 30 hours a week, considered full-time po yun. Not necessarily na basta wag bababa ng 30 hours a week. It is considered full-time and yes, pwede. Hi, good day po ma'am. Pwede po bang mag-ask sa inyo ma'am about LMIA? LMIA is a very complicated process. I cannot just set one setting in explanation about this, but soon I'm actually creating I believe I'm creating a booklet kung ano ba yung mga ibig sabihin ng LMIA and everything. Kasi if you read the LMIA sa website, yes, parang andali. Pero, in between of that, it is difficult po. May mga in-between process na hindi po natin alam na I believe tanging specialista lang yung pwedeng makagawa nito. But of course, if you want to do it DIY, feel free to do that. But you don't want to lose your time. So that's the problem. You're running out of time. You came here as a tourist especially. Then of course, that LMIA is like, it's a golden ticket in order for you to be able to apply for work permit. Paano po i-apply ang housekeeper for LMIA? Anong requirements? Well, kailangan mayroong yung employer, meron siyang kakayanan na pasahurin ka, and also kailangan mag-advertise proving na wala kayong nakitang permanent resident or Canadian dito sa loob ng Canada, so you need advertisement. And in terms of advertising, I always use 5 sets of advertisement. So, hindi lang job bank, but there are other sets of advertisement as well. So, pretty much I just keep on using those kind of advertisement kasi acceptable siya sa ESDC na nag-a-approve sa LMIA. So, might as well nag-i-stick na lang ako doon. Hi ma'am, pwede pong mag-ask. International student po ako, pwede po bang mag-quit sa school kahit wala pang LMIA na lumalabas? Or delikado po. Sana po mapansin yung message ko. Salamat. Hindi mo naman kailangang mag-quit eh. Kailangan mo lang magpaalam sa school na siguro sabihin mong you run out of fund. Kung pwedeng magpaalam ka sa kanila na pwedeng mag-stop ka muna. And then if they allow you, then that's good. And then second thing is that it doesn't matter kahit pagka-estudyante ka, kahit nakahanap ka na ng LMIA, hindi naman automatically na work permit holder ka na eh. So, ang LMIA is only one of the requirements in order for a foreign national to be able to apply for work permit. That is the situation. Now, I believe na kung pumunta ka ditong estudyante, you have the opportunity to finish up your studies, why not continue? But I know it is expensive, but I keep on pushing everyone to get an employer to sponsor you an LMIA. Madami po dyan na pwedeng magbigay sa inyo ng LMIA. But again, I know that there are rules, pero kung minsan, immigration even overrule the rules and they will approve the work permit kahit na alam nilang hindi naman qualified yung foreign national. So I believe it is always good to take a chance. But again, be careful sa mga kinakadil ninyong agency. As what I've said, make sure na yung agency, I always emphasize this, make sure na yung agency is dealing with the licensed consultant or licensees. Ngayon, kapag agency, they can just run away and lose your hard-earned money. So be very careful, and then of course when you are dealing with consultant, alamin niyo, tanungin niyo kung marami na ba silang na-process na LMIA, kasi LMIA is not easy. When you apply for work permit, kailangan ng LMIA. Now if they say, oh mayroon na, mayroon ng ganito, alam niyo ba, when you apply for LMIA, while creating the LMIA portal, magki-create na kaagad-agad ng LMIA number. Now, yung LMIA number na yon, kapag hindi tama yung mga pinagagawa mo sa LMIA portal, magkakaroon ng red error nun, and hindi mag-go through yung application. Then, where did I go wrong? Things like that. If you don't know what you're doing in doing the LMIA, then that is the problem. Then, siguro ma-frustrate lang sila kasi hindi mag-go through yung online application for LMIA. So, always ask if somebody is dealing with you to get an LMIA. Ask them kung ito ba agent or consultant. Now, if it is consultant, dapat yung consultant magpapasign sa iyo ng service agreement with their license. And dapat yung nagpapasign sa inyo is directly the consultant, directly the licensee. Like me, if I'm going, alam nyo naman siguro whoever have retained me, if I'm going to actually sign a service agreement, I always deal with it. It's me who's signing the service agreement. My license number is there. Hindi yung aking staff, hindi yung aking manager. Kasi ang dami po, I have an agency. Hindi po ako agency. Just to let you know that I am a licensed immigration consultant. So the difference of those things, agency are actually people na naghahanap sa inyo ng work in order for you to be able to get a work or an employer. Now, dealing with those employer, kailangan naman ang employer magpapaalam sa ESDC or Employment Service Development Canada to get that approval for LMIA. Now, kapag yung ESDC is nakikipag-deal sila sa hindi lisensyado, of course, what they do, they will gonna create an account for the employer. Hindi sila magpapakita na, I am a representative, I am a paid representative of this employer. No. They will just gonna say, we're just agency. So be very careful of those things. It is very important po na, from the very get-go, from the very beginning, your application is going to go through with somebody na alam po ang pinaggagawa. Okay, another one. Ate, I saw your live TikTok. Meron lang po akong question kung pwede. My nephew had work permit and he's working at Tim Horton for 7 months already. But his contract was 2 years. Pwede ba siyang maka-sponsor sa asawa niya at anak niya sa Pilipinas? Kapag ka nasa managerial or supervisory position siya, yes, pwede niyang paratingin yung kanyang asawa at anak. So, ask mo kung anong klaseng position siya mayroon sa Tim Horton. Hello po ma'am, naghahanap po ako ng work dito po ako sa Montreal, Quebec. I am a tourist. Okay, then find, kapag naghahanap ka ng employer, find an employer na pwedeng mag-sponsor sa'yo ng LMIA. And again, you're a tourist visa holder, maintain your status. After arriving to Canada, make sure na mag-extend ka when you want or intend to stay here for more than 6 months. Hello po, manghingi po sana ako ng best advice, best advice that you can give regarding this. My son and his family here are tourists for a week now. They are both registered nurse back home. I am PR here in Canada together with my other 2 children. Ano po kaya ang pwedeng gawin to be legal here? I am on permanent resident disability due to my illness and so paanong pathway po pinakamainam? Salamat po kung mapansin ninyo ang message. Dasal ko po na magkasama-sama kami hanggang buhay pa at maiwan ko silang maayos ang lagay nila dito sa Canada. I'm sorry to hear that. So kung tourist visa sila, dalawa silang RN, what I can suggest is find an employer na pwedeng mag-sponsor sa kanila. Sabihin niyo po sa mga anak niyo, isa sa kanila mag-apply ng mag-take ng English exam kasi ang home support worker, ang qualification is dapat may English exam sila at saka ipa-assess yung kanilang educational background sa WES or sa yung isa pa na pinagpapa-assessan para sa educational background mo dito sa standard ng Canada. So pwede silang magpa-sponsor ng somebody. I believe na I cannot recommend you because of your situation. Yeah, so kailangan niya ng employer to sponsor them, or they can apply for express entry if they can actually, but they always have to take the English exam at ipapa-assess sa Canadian standard yung kanilang educational background. Okay, gusto ko po sana